Kann ich's stehlen? Nee, der Typ schaut zu, Alter.
You don't need to wear your helmet in here. You know that, right?
Wie kann ich denn den jetzt ablenken hier? Ah, er läuft weg. Gut, ich hab...
Been a long time since. Until later.
Ja. Ich hab nix gemacht. 100 Credits, Junge. Bin ich bekloppt oder was hier? Zahl ich doch nicht.
Can't believe the UC just.
Junge, die alte Fotze zockt doch eh jeden ab da. Uff, Alter, mein Leben. Regeneriert sich das nicht?
I need all of the biosensors if the data is to be of any use. I appreciate your assistance, but I still need all of those sensors.
So you do. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us.
All right, we'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. Relief. Now let's see. This is... well, it's... oh my. Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree. I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once. Well, from a certain point of view. In an admittedly somewhat selfish manner. The bad news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in MAST at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
2000 Credits! Yeah. Okay. Haben wir jetzt. Check-in on Kelton later. Also jetzt?
Hope that MAST takes these findings seriously.
No. Okay. Ups. Vielleicht funktioniert ja diese Mission jetzt.
A remote moon filled with life and ideal performance.
Ja, nach dieser Mission mache ich wieder eine Hauptmission. Geht ja mal gar nicht hier. Immer diese Nebenquests verloren. Aber die geben mir echt gut Geld. Was? Geld, 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 Geld. Okay. Was ist der schnellste Weg? Fucking Labyrinth hier. Fuck. Ich glaube, um das jetzt zu umgehen, brauche ich so wie ein Lockpick. Nee. Ist ja irgendwo ein Werkzeugtisch. Sehr geil. Weapon Workbench. What the fuck, wo bin ich?
What if we took the kids to your grandmother's place?
Oh, wo bin ich denn? Hier. LOL. Ich mich schreiben. Kommt die alte, Alter. Was haben wir denn hier? Disassemble Modify Arc Welder Rare Heavy. Niemand gesehen, ne? Okay. Fuck, ich hab Bounty. Angeblich hat das jemand gesehen. Okay, das heißt...
Stop! In the name of the law!
Nein, nein. Geht weg von mir. Wo muss ich hier durch? Hä? Hilfe!
Don't be stupid! Stop now!
Nein. Weg von mir!
Stop in the name of the law! UC security! Stop right now! Don't be stupid!
Nein.
Stop now! UC security! Stop right now! UC security!
Nein!
You're under arrest. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination, the UC Vigilance. Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility and will be met with aggressive force. I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge any additional information.
Alter, es kommt niemals gut, wenn ich attackiere, Alter. Die kommen nur in Scharen, Alter. Ah.
Smart decision. Stand by to be transferred.
Junge, ich sollte doch miss.
After you, Captain.
I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble? I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk. Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back. You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner's ready, sir. discuss. I'm your ticket out of the mess you've gotten yourself into. That's all you need to know for now. Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. I'm impressed. You have quite the criminal history. That will definitely fall in line with our needs. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. Huh. You're absolutely right. Well, I'll have my people get right on that. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? Actually, that's something new we're trying. I figured we needed to branch out a bit, broaden our horizons. UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That conflict is where you enter the picture. No, no you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. That's where you and I differ. As a citizen of the United Colonies, I accept my responsibilities. You, on the other hand, clearly couldn't give a damn. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev. Together, we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. When you broke the law, you forfeited your rights. So basically, I can do whatever the hell I want. So, what do you say? You going to work with me? Or should I find someone else? You aren't leaving until I have an answer. Smart
Mein
choice.
Gott.
I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
All right, let's go.
Sidonia is an industrial town. The people there tend to be concise. Ask whatever you'd like. Certainly. I always enjoy our little chats.
Was.
Time to go?
So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new mole, huh? Going in all alone, infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts.
Bla bla bla. Get mir alles weg.
Yes?
Hey.
See all that chest candy on Commander Ikande? That means he's seen some shit.
Go on. You can always come back and chat later. Nobody. You can always come back and chat later. Nobody here is going. Anywhere.
Howdy.
Super cool Magnet nämlich. Ja, was ist dann jetzt hier? Muss ich denn jetzt hier mal? Ja, das soll man. Außerdem folgen.
Alright, this is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
Hey,
Ja, nett. What the fuck ist das denn hier? Fucking NSA.
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance. SysDef's nerve center, dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet.
No way. Kann ich machen? Alter, ich verstehe weh. Dann werde ich schon Bock drauf, aber uff, Alter. Da komme ich aus meinem Problem nie raus, ne? Alter, kann man nicht speichern und das.
Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. then you're going to get yourself killed. So listen up, because my advice might just keep you alive. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bowden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. Aurora is a Class A controlled substance that's illegal to transport outside of Neon, a city on Volai. Get caught with this stuff aboard a ship, and you're looking at some serious fines. That's classified. Suffice to say that the smuggler who was previously hauling it will be spending the rest of their life in prison. That's right. So it'll be your job to convince this person that you're the real deal. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Let's just say my superiors need proof that engaging the Crimson Fleet is a larger priority than they're willing to admit. If we shove enough concrete evidence under their noses, they'll have no choice but to allocate the resources that I've requested. At the same time, we can use the evidence to arrest members of the Crimson Fleet, weakening them enough to strike a fatal blow. Well then, I suppose you'll just have to take your chances. In the meantime, I expect you to follow my orders, to the letter. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. At this point, whether you like it or not, you're working for me. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. The Crimson Fleet doesn't follow the rules. They only abide by one thing: money. All of their morals and social graces fall by the wayside in pursuit of their greed. At first glance, this can appear quite enticing, so I'm warning you not to get lured into their trap. Think you can handle that? To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good. I don't want promises. I'm just asking you to think. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck. That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance, and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own. For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, You're going to have to deal with the fines. While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be faced with some morally gray decisions. It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequences of pulling the trigger while maintaining your cover. Do what you have to do, but remember why you're out there in the first place. On this mission, you need to be better than that. You can't let the experiences of your past guide your actions. Look, I can see that you're struggling with this. So let me simplify this for you. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, I'm urging you to follow that path. Use your instincts. I'm certain you'll do the right thing.
Oh, klar.
All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals. She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got. As you were.
Pardon. Yes? What?
All right. We don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? I'd scour every inch of wherever the Crimson Fleet sends you. Otherwise, you're wasting our time and risking your neck for nothing. Criminals are sloppy. Look hard enough, and I'm certain you'll stumble across their mess. Rationalize it however you like, but that evidence is critical to the success of Commander Akande's operation. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. Haven't you been paying attention? Our goal here is the complete eradication of the Crimson Fleet. In order to do that, we need to dismantle them piece by piece from within. If you bring me evidence, we can make arrests and slowly drain their resources. Think of it as a death by 1,000 tiny cuts. It's not you, it's the Crimson Fleet. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. What? No. It's personal. It has nothing to do with you. Just stick to the mission and you'll be fine. That's all we're asking. Oh, before you go, there's one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. Commander Akande came up with the idea. He was concerned it might not help us simply
Geld,
because
geld.
it was the right thing to do. All right, we've loaded a container of Aurora into your ship's cargo hold. We're also providing you with a sample you can use to tease the goods. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
I feel like this.
We'll be keeping them close at hand until this operation is complete. So, we'll be holding them in the Vigilance's brig. If you're feeling particularly ruthless, you could always head down there and say hello. I'm sure they'll be thrilled to see you.
No way. Egal.
Don't worry, the container's been registered with UC Security, so you shouldn't have any trouble.
even if you're scanned. Of course, if we find out you tried to sell it to someone outside the boundaries of this particular operation, well, I don't think I need to tell you that
So.
making that mistake.
Verkaufen. Geld.
Not really, no. I've learned to keep my personal experiences separate from the job. Yeah. Maybe. No. No. It's not really an appropriate time to be going over my private life. There are much more important things to be done. Let's just stick to the job at hand and concentrate on the mission. But, maybe we can talk about it some other time. Okay? Let me know if you need anything else.
Aber mit der will ich nix, Alter. Ich will mit der was haben.
Excuse me.
Eigentlich.
Yes?
Fun? Now what?
Ja, das wüsste ne. Ich hab ne, warte. Ich hab ne Mission. Oh, Alter, wie viele Missionen? Man kriegt ja eine Mission. Check out on your ship's inventory. Das will ich jetzt kurz machen. Hier ist es? Da.